All right, we are officially recording. So we're going to start in three, two. All right, guys, what's going on? This is another episode of the High Nerds podcast. I am your host, Doug, and today we have a very special guest, a personal friend of mine, someone that I have met through social media. We got no one other than my man, Jimmy. How are you doing today, my man?
Doing great, bro. Thanks for having me. Really appreciate you having me on. Excited to be here, excited to talk, give a little bit of personable thoughts and ideas about life and everything else. But yeah, man, just appreciate it. Great meeting you and being on here, obviously. But we have some songs and everything together, maybe some more in the works in the future, never know. But definitely having fun. It's been a great little grind so far. Working on it every day and just, excited to see where I end up. That's the whole thing.
Absolutely, man. That's so awesome. It's an absolute honor to have you here. So yeah, we do have a song together, and I can't wait to release it. It's gonna be so awesome. So we'll just go ahead and get right into this. The High Nerds podcast essentially is me interviewing people about their passion projects, about who they are as a person, whether it be a designer, an artist, a gamer, anything really that I deem that deserves to be interviewed. Like if and I'm no one to say anything is allowed, but people don't always get asked these questions. Like I'm sure that you and I are both chomping at the fucking bit to get our own genius interview. Like you and I already are, like we already know what we're gonna say for certain songs. Like we're already prepared, and so I figure why not let that happen early? You know what I mean? Why not give people a little bit of a platform to show who they are? So go ahead and tell people who you are. For fans that don't know, because we're always trying to put people out, go ahead and give me your name, my man.
Absolutely. So my name is James Rosenko. Grew up in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Honest to God, I played football for like 16, like what was it, 18 years or something like that, from the time I was 6 years old through college. And it was a cool experience. It was something I thought I loved, but deep down, like through time, I really got worn out with it. Didn't realize it in the time, was just trying to get by and mask with different things and my feelings and emotions and all these things. So figuring it out as I grew up, kind of crazy. Was working, got a job right out of college. Really good job actually. Was in sales for a company in pharmaceuticals, and honestly just hated waking up. Was getting like sick, like just mentally not there, man. And Jimmy all started when I was hanging out with some dirt bike friends. I went by James my whole life. Still go by James to a lot of people. Still introduce myself as James sometimes, but they're like, "We're gonna call you Jimmy." So I'm like, "Okay, like sure, whatever you guys want." Like I'm just happy to have good group of friends and buddies to ride with and be around at the time because I definitely needed some company. And we're riding dirt bikes, having fun. And I'm like, man, you know what? I've always loved music. And a crazy story behind that with music is I just love the legends throughout the time. Mac Miller, Juice World X, some of the ones that fell, Peep. Um, and man, I don't know why it touched my soul so bad when Mac Miller died. It was like worse than a family member for me, and it was just really hard to accept.
You know what? I will be the first one to tell you, man. It felt like losing a best friend. He inspired so many others to even pick up the pad and pen. You know what I mean? To be an MC, just like you and I are sitting here today. You and I wouldn't be here without Mac necessarily.
Right. And yeah, when he passed, man, just crazy. And I'm really sorry to hear that, man. That's crazy. Like I, at this point in my life, at the time, had not experienced much loss at all. So, I mean, to your point, it was like, man, like everything around me had kind of been like full of life and like, felt great. And like for me, like even though I didn't feel great on the inside or like who I was, for myself all the time, I kind of just lived off these other people and, doing things for them and giving to them really brought me, joy enough to keep on. When Mac passed, man, I couldn't stop crying at first, and I don't know what it was. I've always loved music, man, and Jimmy just kind of got created through finding some new friends, looking for myself, soul searching, and I always loved music so much. I thought, why don't I give it a try? I was doing some videography for some artists, and you can ask my buddy Trig. It's funny, but I was literally asking him to make music every single day. I only had a bicycle at the time. I'd ride my bicycle like 10 miles to his house just to try and work on music and record and stuff. And he's like, "Hey, look, man, some days I want to just chill and play Call of Duty." He's like, "Maybe you should get your own recording stuff." And no harm to him. I know I was annoying the hell out of him. Shit,
Right.
sending him 1,000 texts,
We've all
but
been we've all
in the
been
end
there.
of the in the end of the day, I was like, you know what, I am gonna do that. Ordered my own stuff, and then since then, Jimmy, in the last 8, 9 months since I started, only 8, 9 months ago, we've racked up 100,000 streams and dropped, 30 songs at this point, 31 songs, and we got a 16-song album coming out, Broken Summer, and it's some of my best work yet. I can't wait to drop it.
God damn it, man. Okay, motherfucker. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead. These questions are gonna be scattered now, dickhead. Thanks. Fuck. Okay, so your highs and lows album. All right, so let me tell you something. When my first song came out on Spotify in August of 2020. So it has almost been a full year. I have dropped three EPs, a bunch of singles, and I'm working on an album right now. This shit has almost killed me. This shit has put me in the coffin, man. And when I say to see you bust your ass and drop not one album, the highs and lows, which is a very good favorite of mine. It's Love Me for Me, right?
Yes,
Okay.
LM4M3 stands for
Yes.
Love Me for Me.
Yes. And so now you're dropping another one in August. So
August, yes.
you're telling
August
me
6th, Broken Summer, and it honestly has 16 tracks on it. Um, and I was really reluctant to release them all, but it was a moment in time over the past 3 or 4 months that I had experienced some things, and we can certainly talk about them, but I just felt like it's all relative to now, and I'm ready to move on and do different things in the future and try some new, we're always expanding and trying new things. I'm still going to stay Jimmy, who I am, but maybe move to a little bit of lighter side. But
yeah.
yeah, there's some darkness in this one. It's a couple of months of struggle, and it really explains it. It's a lot of push and pull, relationship and self-abuse and stuff like that.
It can't always be cookie cutter. You have to explain who you are entirely, otherwise the fans will just perceive you as fake or just one way. And that's, I can tell you right now, like I said, like those two albums and now another one dropping on the 6th. People aren't doing this. You got that work ethic. You have RIP, you got the Mamba mentality right now, and I respect that greatly as an artist, one artist to another. It's motivating. I'll be 100% honest, man. Yeah.
Appreciate you, my friend.
So you're telling me 3 albums. Almost how many singles have you dropped besides that? Almost a dozen, give or take, something like that.
So in the beginning, I was dropping some of the singles that ended up on highs and lows.
Okay.
Some of the first songs I'd ever wrote. So I actually pulled them off platforms, just to kind of keep people, they can hear them on the
Invested.
album if they'd like. But at the time, there was duplicates. So now I think there's about six singles out there. I know some of the bigger ones, So Mean. Obviously, Memory, my most recent release,
Yeah.
my single Memory,
Shout
which
out to
the
that.
music
Shout out
video
to
is
you.
dropping Monday.
Yes, I was about to say that I've just listened to it today because I was cleaning my house and I put on the highs and lows song. It's like one of my favorite songs that you have on my playlist. And I was listening to that and I was like, oh wait, I saw something on his Snapchat. My man got a new song out. Already 17K. Congratulations, my man.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
Steadily climbing. The more raw you are, the more people respect that. And you gotta give props to it, man. You're killing it right now.
Appreciate it. Yeah, definitely a special song. Very good sample, obviously, on that one, and definitely explained like a moment. I remember I was actually sitting. My mother was actually here. We're sipping some wine, and like it was like one of the last moments, like a fallout with kind of someone that I was in a relationship with, like a situationship, and crazy enough, but I'm like, I wrote this song like a couple weeks ago, and I was like ready to like spit it out and get this feeling out of me, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it right now. And my mom's like, you're gonna record a song right now? And I was like, yeah, I'll be right back. I go in the booth, literally like 1 or 2 takes on it, and done. Send it to my engineer, and he's like, oh, bro, this is nice. And yeah, since then, I think I'm really excited because there's a lot of that coming on the new album, Broken Summer, for sure.
It's a lot of you opening yourself up. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Big time. It was like in the beginning, my writing, and everything, it was special. Some of the highs and lows songs were, definitely high and low and like special lyrics and stuff. Love Me for Me was definitely about that situationship, the first falling out of it, from start to finish. Like, I don't want to run, I don't want to leave you, but I don't want to stay type thing, into the final song, Say Goodnight, where this is the last time I tell you goodnight. But from there, my writing was okay, but with Broken Summer and Memory, you can really tell now that like I'm really being able
Vastly
to
improving.
articulate these feelings and get
Va-
it to paper.
where are we gonna see Jimmy? Where do you see Jimmy in the next 5 years? Where do you see him in July 21st, 2026? Where do you see him, man?
Crazy that you say that. I think over time, my music will turn from emotions and music that I like to make into more, industrial style music where it's just, I could even get into country. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I might
Fuck it.
explore every avenue, but to be honest, I just see growth, just continuing to grow as a human, as a person, as a friend, to people that are close around me, supporting me, showing me genuine support, obviously. Um, but really, I see Jimmy achieving big things, and probably sooner than 5 years, to be honest.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I
absolutely.
think I think my grind really will show for itself, and when people get to see me perform, I think that's going to be my biggest thing. I'm doing it every day in my house alone. I try and stay off my social media. I know I'm always doing the selfies and rapping and doing all the stuff, but if you really knew how much I did it, that's the funny part.
I had my heart broken, and I finally started smoking again. Like a buddy of mine, I didn't really talk to my senior year because number one, he had graduated a year already ahead of me, and he was smoking and I wasn't. I turned my entire life into being a boyfriend and only living my life to God. And at the time, in 2015 you couldn't smoke weed and still believe in God because people didn't like that. Nowadays you can. People just have a little bit of different view on it. But
Right.
this girl cheated on me, and my buddy picked me up one day. And I was at the park just by myself, and I was crying, and he had a blunt, and he was like, "Hit this, man." And from that day forward, I've always smoked, and I've always wrote, and I've always tried to be as positive as I can. I gotta ask, man, for the fans at home, what happened to the hair? What happened from the long hair, if you don't mind me asking?
Okay, so crazy enough, we had my hair growing for about 24 to
Oh,
26
wait.
months.
You said 26 months on the hair?
26 months on the hair, yeah. So I started growing it from a point like maybe a little bit shorter than this, got it cut. Was rocking this little slick for work and was like, maybe I can keep slicking this back, to get me through like the medium phase and the awkward stage and all that. And I was like, man, I haven't grown out my hair since I was in like seventh grade. And one thing led to the next. Eventually, lost my job just through like depression and not, being focused enough and, tidying up my stuff. And over time, I'm like, man, my ex-girlfriend at the time, are you ever gonna get that shit cut? Like, just kind of whatever. No, just didn't, never got it cut, never got it cut. And then, bro, it kept growing. And before you know it, Jimmy Cobain, I released this song. I'm an artist, and my music or my hair is pretty much down to my nipples. And people are like, "We love your hair. Your hair is so cool. You're a rock star." And I'm just at this point, I love that people love it. I love that that was my image, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm sick of this shit. No girls are talking to me around here, so it's funny, but I'm like, I'm getting this shit cut. I'm ready for short hair again. Put a little poll on my Instagram. Everyone's saying different things. Nah, bro, the hair's legendary. Some are saying like, cut it. Girls are like, cut it, cut it. And I'm like, quit playing games with my heart. And I'm like, God damn. But I end up going for it. I send it, and I'm like, yo, we're cutting it.
Hell yeah, man. That's fucking awesome. See, that's the reason we have the high nerds, guys, to ask the random little questions that real fans want to know. They want to know. You know what I mean? So that's why we're here. Uh, so we're gonna go through a few questions that fans have asked other guests on the podcast that we will now ask you. It's a new thing, or it's a thing we'll do. It's not 21 questions because it takes too much time, and I'll always be too stoned. So
Try and keep it quicker.
yeah. So we'll just go out just a couple. You ready?
Got you.
All right. Weed or alcohol?
Lately alcohol, but weed.
Okay. Takashi 6ix9ine.
He's a rat, but I mean, he's got a couple songs that bump.
Your favorite hood movie?
Get Rich or Die Trying's a classic. I don't know. I just fucking love it. I mean, 50 Cent is just cool, man, and that especially.
I respect that. Your first TV crush?
Ooh, this is kind of off the charts. Maybe either the girl from Joe Dirt, Brandy or ooh, I don't know, man.
I can tell you right now, I've
We're
done
going way back here.
over easily over 50 episodes, whether it be for the trilogy High Nerds host or just this one. I have never heard anyone ever tell me that their childhood crush was Brandy from Joe Dirt. And the second she came into my head, I was just like, it was her
Damn.
slow mo on the horse, and I was just
On the
like,
horse.
all
Those
right,
cheeks. Those
bruh,
cheeks.
she's that's a great one. That's fantastic. What famous rapper could you give hands to?
Oof. I don't want to go out and say any, but bro, I used to mess around with a heavy bag in my
Well, that's
father's
what I'm saying.
basement.
Like, you think like it was a celebrity boxing match. Who could you give some hands? Not saying
You
like
know what?
no
You know who I want to
scandals.
fight? I just want to send it. Jake Paul. People call me Jake Paul everywhere I go. Let's have it right here. I'm saying it right now. Jake Paul, if I ever blow up or I end up something, fight your twin. Fight your twin brother. We'll see what happens. I'm going for it. I'm sending it. I might have to put on some weight. I lost a lot of weight since my boxing and football days, but
Damn,
fuck it.
I
I'm coming
see
for Jake
that.
Paul. I'm
Now
coming
that
for
you
Jake
say,
Paul.
now you see it, I say it. Or now that you say it, I see it.
That's what I'm going for. That's what I want.
Okay, so who was some of your biggest influences besides some of the fallen idols?
A lot of them. I really just listen to music all day. I take a lot of my inspiration from music itself and things I'm experiencing or seeing in life. I do a lot of reading. That's mainly just for my mental, but like all my music is just coming from other people, like what they have to say, just feeling their perspective and vibe, but then also like relating it to myself, and then also like what I'm witnessing, like what I'm seeing in real life time is
Hmm.
like how I do all my music. But yeah, definitely him. Um, Shit, there's a lot. Cronin, like some unknown guys. I really like Deep October. I just got him to feature on one of my songs. That's gonna be one of our big songs called Forever Change. I think
That's sick.
it's the third track on the album.
That's awesome,
Right
man.
after
Congratulations.
Cash on Me. Yeah, thank you so much. I was a big fan of his. Kind of found him with a girl. We found this song of his, and it was an amazing song. God in the Room, and I just started listening to his music every single day. They had like a little offer. They were gonna give two artists a chance. Submitted him some of my stuff and was like, I'd love to, get this offer. Obviously, it costs a tiny little bit, but
It's worth it.
got the offer to do it, and we made a great song, and I'm really excited about it. He definitely didn't lack on my song either, but those are some of the guys I look up to.
Well, my man, this is usually where in the end of the podcast where we plug the artist or the person plugs whatever they want and they say whatever they want to the fans. What do you got to say, my man? You go right ahead.
Oh man, just chase your dreams, never stop, no matter what. To be honest, I feel like I'm finding myself in this journey, loving myself for one of the first times in my life, and that's what I want everyone to feel. And chase, no matter what that is, wear your heart on your sleeve, give to good people, be careful, don't tell everyone everything, be guarded in what you do and what you share, because you're a special person. Like we're all very special people. We all have our own talents, discover them and grind. Work your balls off. Some people will leave, some people will stay. In the end of the day, just know your worth, know what you're capable of, and shoot for the fucking stars, baby.
Man, wholesome as fuck. Everyone go check out Broken Summer August 6th. It was probably dropping today. If you're watching this podcast right now, then that means the album has dropped already. So, go check out this album, guys. It's awesome. If you've heard is it Love Me For Me? That's right. Sorry, I almost said Love Me For You. It's Love Me For Me. And if you've
Love me
heard
for me.
Highs and Lows, you guys are going to love Broken Summer even more. Trust me. All right, I haven't even heard the album yet. I'm already putting it in your mind. Broken Summer, August 6th.
It's way different too, because like honestly, I mean, it was my first time recording, first time doing anything, 7, 8 months ago. So now that I've, got a good handful of songs in the bag, I worked with my engineer a lot. We came up with some new sounds, and I'm really pitching my voice in a different way throughout this whole project, something I didn't do before. Layering, doing some, counter melodies and stuff. There's a lot of different stuff on this project and some amazing features. I don't want to take away and say like I did this all myself. Couldn't do it without my boy Isaiah the Reaper, best engineer in the game. He did my last two projects, about half of the songs on Highs and Lows for me. And we've been working together ever since. Every single song I send it through him. He's an awesome friend, one of the only people to really be there and look out for me in a tough time, and was like, hey bro, get back to work. So we grinded out Broken Summer. Love you, bro. Appreciate you. My boy Dread, my little bro. Um, he's a young bull, but man, he's got an amazing voice. We have a song called Your Curse towards the end of the album. Amazing song, man. The way this kid sings, he's gonna be special. It's definitely just the start for him. So glad to have him on my project. Got Dirty Prescott kids on my project. Little rock song on like number 6. It's called Roller Coaster. It's like a 2000s punk song. Really cool. Guy's an awesome guy. Awesome vibe himself. So it's really cool. We have some funny ad libs on that song. It's definitely cool. And then my boy Sifali, we have a song called See You Later. My boy Seth, and he hopped on that one for me. He's like a Polo G style, and definitely some cool features on the project. Really excited to share it. We have 7 videos on this project already. About to shoot an 8th for Cash on Me, and right after this podcast, I'm gonna send you the song, Doug, so that you can hear it and enjoy it, my man. And you get a little sneak leak. You get the fucking preview of the song before it comes out. But other than that, man, just really excited for Broken Summer. Get all these emotions out and then start a new chapter right after that. But we're going to grind this one out for a while, celebrate this one, and I hope you guys really enjoy it. And obviously, thank you so much for having me on the damn show, bro. This was dope. I wish we could hang out all night. I could shoot this shit all night, but God knows I talk way too much, and we should probably give it a rest eventually, right?
Man, honestly, we'll have you on for another episode already. Like I love this rapport that we have. I love our dynamic. It's fantastic, man. I want to thank you so much for doing this. I can't wait to see what's next. I can't wait to see you blow up, and I get to look around and be like, that's my dude. That's my guy. That's my Jim. That's Jimmy. I can't wait. That's my tuna, bro. That's little office reference for you fans right there. That's my tuna.
Hey, bro, you'll be on the bus, and we'll be shooting these interviews all the time and updating fans every day.
Man,
it'll be fun.
Always. I want to thank you so much, man. Shout out to Ray for editing these videos. I appreciate you, man. The Hinkleman might be gone, but you still an OG. So
Thanks, Ray.
Absolutely, thank you to Ray. So this has been another episode of the High Nerds podcast, guys. It has been an absolute pleasure interviewing Jimmy. Thank you so much, man. Truly.
Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate you. Stay happy. Stay high.
Thank you so much, man. Everyone have a great night. We will see you guys next time, okay?